Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming today. My name is Helen Glover. I'm a social work intern, and today we will be talking about the house model of parenting. The house model of parenting is an approach to support developmentally traumatized children. Children who have been traumatized and are in foster care thrive on that emotional connection along with behavioral support. The only way that they can begin to really recover and work through that trauma is when they experience this. So today I'm going to introduce the house model. Please feel free to ask any questions at any point during the presentation, and there will be time at the end to also answer questions. The first part of a house is the secure base. So when building a house, the foundation is that secure, sturdy base of the house. In this model, that secure base represents the safety that all of you provide to your children. The secure base includes empathy and attunement, family atmosphere and belonging, and then also looking after yourself. That's a very, very important part of this secure base that we're going to be talking about today. So the first part of the secure base is empathy and attunement. In this part of the model, you begin building that emotional connection with your children. You learn how to experience empathy in order to attune to them. For example, when your child is upset, you can be a soothing support where you match their affect, that would be their nonverbal or body expressions that show you what emotion they might be having. When we provide this type of support, your children are more likely to feel understood and become less upset and more regulated as they begin to feel this safety and this emotional connection with you. You may also see changes in behavior, such as your child moving away from defensive responses towards a more open and regulated response. Children who have been traumatized within early relationships have been less likely to feel secure and connections that are consistent in their life. Your child will be resistant at first, and that's okay. Accept this, go at their pace, and over time, you'll help them tolerate more experiences in this way. And if any of you have that difficulty with staying attuned or having that empathy, you may find yourself becoming defensive as well, which can then lock you and your child into an escalation of arguing back and forth, which I'm sure none of us want because this can also hurt the relationship. So it's important to notice when you're doing this so that you can think of how to support them in the way that they need. This part of the house model really says that it's your responsibility. Your responsibility is being able to communicate to your child that this relationship is safe and that they are loved unconditionally. This model of parenting will also provide a family atmosphere that is fun, predictable, consistent, safe, and respectful. The next part of the secure base is family atmosphere and belonging. Many of the children in these positions in foster care do not always have previous positive experiences with family atmosphere. They may be more used to tension, fear, and isolation, which might just lead them to fear having interactions with you or other people. But as you show consistency in having a positive family atmosphere, your child will soon discover that your home is different than the others that they were previously in. And while he may still do things wrong, he has a safe, respectful atmosphere where he can talk about it and get support. That's when you'll begin to see those interactions back and forth, just having that consistency and meeting them where they're at. The next part of building secure base is helping your child feel a sense of belonging in your family. This can be difficult for them after they've had difficult early experiences of feeling unwanted or rejected. Having a feeling of belonging will increase your child's comfortability and understanding that he belongs where he is and he is loved. You might also focus on ways to claim your child and show them that they belong, such as, providing photographs or helping them choose bedroom decorations, showing that permanence, and being involved in family events. This will show them that they're accepted, loved, and they have this safe space that they will always have. So the last part of the secure base is looking after yourself. Yes, there's a section just focused on you, parents, on looking after yourself and taking care of yourself. During these steps in building the secure base, it's important that you also take care of yourselves while you take care of your children. So engaging in self-care and doing things for yourself, it will improve and increase your emotional energy to continue to care for your child. You may also find others in your life and within your social network who can offer care to you during this time. And just remember that you cannot help others unless you help yourself, so keep that in mind as we go through this model. Another way to take care of yourselves is to practice mindfulness. This helps you deliberately focus on your thoughts, feelings, and experiences in a non-judgmental way. This helps you be aware and understanding, as well as strengthen your ability to support and understand your child. Even though this can be beneficial, it can also increase your child's insecurities and fears of being rejected and abandoned. So you have to make sure that you find that balance and reach out to your supports, such as grandparents, other family members, friends. This provides you an opportunity to have that time for yourself while your child is being watched over, and you can refresh and they have supports in place. And you want to make sure that this is a consistent and trusted person that your child is with. The next part of the house model of parenting is building relationships. Children with developmental trauma develop fear of having relationships due to the rejection and abandonment they've previously experienced. Building relationships include helping your children enjoy relationships, pace parenting, providing structure and supervision, and being able to step aside from confrontation and defensiveness. Because children with developmental trauma develop fear of having relationships due to that rejection and abandonment, it might be difficult for them to enjoy relationships. So this is where you guys come in and help them find that joy and comfort in relationships. You'll be able to show them that relationships can be positive and supportive instead of negative and hurtful. Your child might experience blocked trust as well. Blocked trust is when they respond defensively to all of their relationships as if they kind of have a shield up. So in order to show them that it's okay and it's safe to put that shield down, you can continue to let them know that you are there for them and you aren't going anywhere. The more you do this, the more they'll start to realize that it is true, and that shield will come down and that defensiveness will decrease. And you'll be able to have those conversations. The next part of the house model of parenting is pace parenting. This involves being playful, accepting, curious, and empathetic towards your child. Pace in parenting helps you connect with your child and provide support in difficult times. This model can help you change your responses and interact differently with your child in a more helpful manner. The next part of building relationships is to make sure that there is structure and supervision to provide predictability and consistency. This will help your child feel safe in their environment because they know what's coming, they have a routine and a structure. This provides security and trust as they engage in a high level of structure and supervision. Because children with developmental trauma have been found to benefit from a higher level of structure due to the inconsistencies they have previously experienced. Those levels of structure and supervision can vary based on the situation. For example, if your child is having an escalating behavior, you can increase structure and supervision, and as it becomes safer and more trusting with you, that's when you can start to provide more choices and freedom. So providing that structure and that supervision especially provides that predictability to help your child feel safe. The last part of building relationships is being able to step aside from confrontation with your child. This allows for empathy before discipline, and it can help you remain calm while your child remains calm. In turn, this can promote trust and clear communication between you and your child, which can help avoid those back and forth battles of defensiveness. The last part of the house model of parenting is supporting behavior. It's important to remember that supervision and structure may be needed alongside consistent expectations that are identified for your child's developmental age. It's important to know how our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors connect, because that will help us understand the motivation behind your child's behavior. As said before, all behavior is communication, and your child, given their previous experiences of trauma, need you to remain calm and empathetic in that moment. This will help your child feel comfortable and in control of their body again. Children who experience behaviors like this may experience remorse or shame because that's not a way they want to treat you or themselves. This is when you can both work together to identify age-appropriate consequences and responsibilities so that they can learn to deal with frustration and conflict while feeling that safe support. Due to the experiences children with developmental trauma face, they may feel out of control with their behaviors and easily dysregulated. They may even struggle to understand the link between their behavior and the consequence that you set in place. So it's important to have predictable parenting that matches their level of emotional maturity as well as developmental age, so that you can support them in understanding that connection and improving their daily functioning. Praise and rewards can be helpful to children with developmental trauma because it provides an expression of positive experiences rather than judgment, and it helps them work towards something that they're able to earn, and they get that gratitude and feeling of success and that feeling of belonging. So today we have talked about the house model of parenting. It starts with that secure base of being empathetic and attuning to your child. Then focusing on that family atmosphere, that healthy surrounding of supports, while helping your child find their sense of belonging, as well as making sure that you take care of yourself and look after yourself. The second part of the house model of parenting was building those relationships and helping your child enjoy relationships through pace parenting, structure, supervision, and patience through being able to step away from that confrontation. The last part of the house model of parenting was that supporting behavior, and that was the choices and consequences, as well as those praise and rewards that will benefit your child. Okay, so I know that we covered a lot today. We had a little summary at the end there to kind of wrap everything up. Do any of you have any questions? It was a lot of information. We didn't stop much, but I just want to make sure that I can clarify anything or even go back to any slides if there's any questions. Here are my references. Thank you.